Welcome back, guys. So I want to talk about sodium silicate in this video, and I want to talk about the textures and effects that you can get with sodium silicate. I kind of want to do a series, but we'll see how many I can push out. But in this video, I really just want to try the crackling effect of sodium silicate. So the crackling effect for sodium silicate is basically this jagged lines throughout the surface of your pot. The sodium silicate gives it this jagged, crackly, almost like if you see dry clay naturally outside, or out in the woods somewhere like that, maybe even in your backyard if you have a patch of clay where nothing grows, and it kind of dries out after a rainy day or something like that, and you see the top just crackle. That's kind of the effect of what I'm talking about, except that it doesn't go all the way through the pot. It's just on the surface, and you can see some pretty cool effects when you do it properly. So I just wanted to record my first attempt of trying to create that crackling effect and using sodium silicate. And I kind of just wanted to go over some of, I think, some of the things that I should have done a little bit better. So if you want to hear me talk a little bit more about what I could have did a little bit better, skip over to minute 7:47, and I will go into more in depth about what you need to create this effect, and some things you probably shouldn't do and some things you probably should do. So if you want to hear about that, skip over to 7:47. If you enjoy watching people throw, then enjoy this little clip of me throwing before I talk about it. So here you can see I'm using Darwin 7, which is what I found to be the most recommended sodium silicate to use. I've seen on other YouTube videos though that you could go to a local hardware store and find some really cheap sodium silicate. So I may have to do a few reviews to see what really helps it out. But the Darwin 7 I've used on my Terra Sigillata videos, and they actually worked out. It actually works out really well using that sodium silicate. But for the textured crackling effect, I'm not sure. I tried here putting on 2 layers of sodium silicate, and I think where I messed up on this is that I didn't dry off the surface enough, or maybe take enough slip off of the surface before applying the sodium silicate. And then you want to dry the sodium silicate to the point where it is no longer glossy on the surface. Now you can see here I expanded out the belly. I didn't get the video of that, but I expanded out the belly, and I didn't really get any cracks. I mean, I got a few deep cracks, but honestly I think it was from just pushing it hard enough outward that it made almost like a crack on the inside. So there's definitely a fine balance, at least with the clay that I have. But I am making these interesting marks that I've never seen before when heating my pots up with a torch, and it's these bubbles, getting these bubbles all over the pot. You can see that big crack there. But I was getting these bubbles from heating up the pot. I'm not sure if that is from maybe the sodium silicate sealed up some of the moisture and kind of just made it bubble to the top. But I tried after heating it up again, I tried pushing it out and expanding it out more, and it just was not cracking the way I wanted it to, and I didn't want to push too hard on the inside. So it's definitely going to be a learning process to get the right amount of pressure and really gain that confidence in knowing how far I can push out while still maintaining the shape and not really messing up the structure of it. But I did get some interesting textures from it either way from heating it with the torch. So maybe that's something that I can dive more into. And you can see it they almost look like little blisters on the pot. But yeah, that's really all I have for now, guys. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed it, definitely leave a like and subscribe.